black South Africans, we think we're better than Nigerians because they don't have the infrastructure.
Of course.
But there's more dollar millionaires in Nigeria than in South Africa, right? Same thing with Kenya. Same thing with Rwanda, Ghana. Those guys are liquid, right? They're liquid. There's more money circulating there. We don't. You know, I was saying something. Basic example, show me 10 businesses made by government that are not tendering, enabled by government. I could wait. Show me 3 listed black businesses. Don't tell me about MTN, right? I don't want to speak about those business dynamics that we don't understand in terms of that, how that deal was put together. But I'm talking about businesses. What, you know, there was a term that was coined, we're telling a good story in the government of the ANC. Let's tell a good story. Let's see. Show me. Don't tell me about Tandi, and there are too many Tandis out there. But let's speak about Tandi wants a job. Yeah, I respect her for that. Let's deal with people that want to create an economy, a business. And why is it that it is always us that sabotage our own people? Yet we say we love our people. You know, Eastern Cape has ambulances that are rotting because, yeah.
Are you talking about those little contraptions that doctors
proper
real ambulances?
Buffalo City has proper ambulances.
You remember those contraptions?
Them, yes, not ambulances, or even the ones that pick up rubble. They're not using them because somebody's getting a contract to rent them, right?
Yeah.
Right, and we blame our people when Lesego gets 5 rand, he wants to stretch it to 100 because we don't have opportunities, right? But I find it very, very messed up that the same people that says this government is so corrupt are making more money from that same government. It is so funny. And
it's a narrative that they need to spread for the rest of us.
And you know,
kind of be on their side.
You know what I mean? I'm a manufacturer, right? A food manufacturer. As a food manufacturer, I give people lab results, tests.
What's a food manufacturer? Because we know food farmers. You're not a farmer.
Well, we deal with the entire value chain from the farm to the fork. We do that.
This is the story I want people to know, not this philosophical numerology stuff.
I don't like that story. I think,
but we'll have to sit down at another time.
Yeah, that story will come.
But anyway, sorry. You deal with the entire value chain.
The entire value chain. And the intention is,
that's important for people to understand that we're speaking about tomato sauce.
How it gets there.
And you're saying we may farm the tomatoes, but what's more important is we do everything else for you to get to the tomato sauce.
We beneficiate. So and there's a need for that because we talk about, there's a lot of complaints we have about the status quo in government to date, but we're not honest in the sense that in 30 years, we still don't participate 2% in that value. And yet there are coined words like food security that are being shared. But what is government doing to protect the food? Yeah? They gave us everything. They gave us government and they kept the means of production.
Sure. It was a good deal.
And we are saying we are in charge. What are we in charge of?
Parliament.
Huh? What are we in charge of?
I'm a tender.
Those are walls, dude. Those are temporary things. I mean, you know, my I'm not mentioning name, but one of the richest men in the world once said to me,
personally,
yeah, it is very painful when you do not understand your power and you let others tell your story, because that illusion will be a trap for the rest of your life. How many black businesses do you know that got to a point where the story can't resonate or grow itself further because there's a blockage? We kill businesses. Systematically, we kill businesses, right? We are told we don't know how to run businesses as black people. Yet I grew up in a house where my grandmother didn't go to school, but she ran a business. She knew maths. She was a mathematical genius, right? She knew numbers better than most people. She knew what marketing was, but she didn't use the word marketing. You know what I mean? She knew how to deal with people from a people's relationship. I mean, there were a number of people that sold alcohol and sold other things, but people used to go to her house, her space. There's a reason for that, right? We don't tell those stories. We are shameful of those stories. You know what I mean? At some point in my life, I was like, I don't like that story. You know, I don't like talking about it. But the older I get, I love that story because I'm only realizing right now when I look at, sometimes, you know, my daughter's my greatest teacher. Like, I look at her and I'm like, whoa, at her age, I was doing okay, but she's not, right? How do I change that? How do I enable her? So you have frank discussions with her, not obviously at her level. You capacitate so she understands, right? She understands, you know, and you start appreciating the value of that lesson when a 6-year-old at the time, turning 7, starts putting her carry money away. And then one day she's like, okay, I'm taking you out. I'm like, huh? She says, see, this is all my money. Let's go. I'm taking you out. Where do you want to go? You're like, clearly I'm not speaking to myself.